Hey everybody, a Retro Geek Dad here, back with another toy review. And this is a review that's way past due. We are looking at the McFarlane Toys crowdfund Medieval Spawn collectible figure. Now, I had previously done the same figure, but it was in the blue armor, or the blue scheme, kind of classic Medieval Spawn. This one, however, is the black armor, kind of black scheme. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail about everything here because it's pretty much the exact same accessories-wise as the previous figure. So I'll definitely have that link up here if you want to check that review out, because I go into more depth about the weapons, accessories, things like this. This review, however, will be mainly focused on just the figure itself. I will, however, have some photos at the end to kind of show off the figure, and I'll put the other McFarlane Medieval Spawn figure in there from the first review, so we do kind of a side-by-side comparison on the photos. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. Stay tuned, and we're going to get into it. All right, everybody, so we're back. So, like I was saying, this is the crowdfunded GoFundMe, whatever it was called, the crowdfund Medieval Spawn figure through McFarlane Toys. This is the black armor one. It's exactly similar to the previous one, except the color of the armor. Same accessories, same weapons and things like that. But as you can tell, it does have the green foil on the packaging, so it's really cool. And we do have the Medieval Spawn head here. Do a quick package, turn around. So we do have the little symbol here. I know it's kind of hard to see. There is Medieval Spawn logo there. And then on the back, we don't have anything on the back except for the green foil border. And then on this side, we do have the Medieval Spawn logo. That's pretty cool. Nothing on the top, and then of course on the bottom we do have some legal stuff and the UPC code, which let me try to get to. Medieval Spawn Black Edition. So there we go, there's that. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and, I believe it's just a slip cover. We can slide off here. Yep. Kind of set that out of the way here. Okay, so on the front we do have kind of a foil, kind of embossed Medieval Spawn shield and sword here. Same thing on the back. Nothing on the sides, but we do have the little ribbon here. This is to open it. So kind of open this up here. So we do have a certificate of authenticity for the figure. We'll set that to the side. First, a little plastic. So, like I said previously, all of the weapons and accessories and chest pieces and everything is exactly the same as the previous Medieval Spawn figure I did. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about all of this. But here we do have our Medieval Spawn figure, the black armor. Do have the sword here, which I think the sword looks different. I think it's a different kind of color scheme. I'm definitely going to check that though, make sure. But we do have our figure here. It's really cool. Black armor, kind of gold and silver on it. So let me adjust the camera and kind of get set up for an aerial shot so we can kind of look at this and go through it. So stay tuned for that. Okay, everybody, so we're back. So I'm going to try to shoot this as best I can. Hopefully everything's coming through all right. I got the camera really up high. Of course, you can see my lights and stuff on the sides. So I got the box turned sideways. So what we'll do is we're just going to pull this foam piece out here. Take that, set that to the side. So I really like how all of this is packaged with the foam inserts and things. Very, very professional. Definitely, you know, collector grade and stuff. Lift this up. Okay, so we're going to set this over here to the side carefully. Okay, so let me see if I can come in a little closer. Maybe that'll work. So here is our Spawn figure, and it does come in this resealable packaging. So pretty much just open the back here, and this is just like the other figure, and of course it's hinged. So we do have our little comic here, which we'll get into that in a second. And we'll go ahead and pull our figure out. Just like that. We'll set this to the side. So let's look at the little mini comic. So it does have a little protective piece that goes on the top here, just to keep it nice and neat. So this does have the green foil on it, as well as just similar to the packaging. And this is just kind of a little introduction. I'm not going to spend too much time. Various artwork, you know, pin-ups, kind of some information on the process of the figure being made. You know, some of the accessories, a couple of the other McFarlane medieval Spawn figures. So interesting little thing, you know, nice little collectible to go with it. It's exactly the same as the blue version, so nothing significantly different about that, other than the foil being the green. So there's that. So here we have our medieval Spawn figure. So this is on a two-piece insert. So this is on a two-piece kind of blister or plastic card. Plastic, I'm not sure the technical name, but it's got some tape on it, so we'll cut through that tape. Clamshell, blister card, blister pack. I'm not sure the technical name. Plastic dooflicky it's in. So we do have tape on the sides, so we'll take that off. And here is our medieval Spawn figure with the black armor. So let's take the sword out. There's the sword. I think the handle might be different, but I'm going to definitely check and see if there's any difference between this one and the previous ones, or the previous one. We have our shield here. It's got the magnet in it. And our figure, of course, which has a plastic piece behind the cape. I'll set that out of the side, out of the way to the side. Alright, so here is our medieval Spawn black armor figure. This one's really cool. I really like the scheme. I'm going to go ahead and get the blue one out, so we can kind of just go ahead and do a side-by-side with that one. So stay tuned, let me grab that figure. Okay, so we're back real quick. So yeah, so here is the blue one and the black one. So they are side by side. So yeah, the only real difference between the two is the back of the armor, where this one's black and the other one's blue. I did a run through of the weapons and accessories real quick just to verify. Just for example here, so weapons are identical. There's really no difference between the weapons between the two. So I'm not going to go too much into the weapons with the new one, because it's the exact same stuff that I reviewed for this one. So like I said, I'll put a link up right here in the corner for the review for this one. And the blue one goes into much more depth with the weapons, accessories, things like that. But this one's just going to be a simple kind of review compared to that one, strictly because it's really just the black armor that is the difference between the two. So like I was saying, this is going to be kind of a simple review. just because I went so much in depth with the other one. But we do have the same thing with the other. You know, we have the magnetic gauntlets, and you know, they're removable. You can change them for the others. Chest piece, all that's removable and interchangeable. Sword, of course, you know, it does go in the back. And you know, we do have the same shield with the magnetic grip. We do have the other shield that's in the packaging. But yeah, you know, I really like this one. I do like the blue one, the kind of vintage, original, you know, medieval spawn, but I do like the black one. It definitely brings out a more kind of a sinister, kind of dark vibe with the black armor. I really like it. I'm blown away by the amount of details that they put into this. And, you know, everything from the simple chains to, you know, the spawn symbols on the boots. You know, it's just so intricate and detailed. It's just amazing. But I'm going to do some still photos, probably with both figures, just to kind of do side by side with those. I'll have those at the end of the video review. But you know, it's really cool. You know, all the interchangeable pieces. You know, articulations really well. You know, multiple joints. And of course, everything's like ball and socket, so it can move. You know, if you want to check out the articulation, definitely check out my other video. I go into a lot more depth with that figure. But yeah, I'm gonna do the photos. But you know, I hope it wasn't too short. You know what I mean? I didn't want to waste a whole lot of people's time going back over the same stuff that I did with the previous figure, because it's exactly the same. Articulation, weapons, accessories, all that. It's exactly the same. The only difference is the black armor and the blue armor. But yeah, definitely check out that other video. More in-depth analysis, you know, looking at all the stuff, more in-depth with that. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was really kind of a quick one. Hopefully that's okay for all of y'all with this figure, since I did the review for the other one. But anyway, rambling again. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, we will catch you again next time.